If you've retired or separated from your district, it rarely makes sense to leave your assets there for the rest of your life. And today we'll discuss the top reasons why. Hi, I'm Bob Cheatham, the 403B coach. Today I'm counting down 4 major reasons why retiring teachers roll their district assets to an IRA or individual retirement account. So let's jump right in. Number 4, fees. In most cases, the all-in costs or fees on these district plans are higher than those with an IRA managed by an advisor. I'm talking anywhere from 1% to 1.5% more expensive year in and year out as long as your assets remain in the district plan. In a recent podcast, I spent a few minutes discussing high or hidden fees, so I'll leave a link to that eye-opening video above and below. Number 3, customer service or lack thereof. Compared to the 401k industry, the 403b world is notorious for some of the worst customer service. Early in my career, hundreds of clients were transferred to my practice because 2 nearby advisors were chronically unreachable. They were treating teachers as a side gig instead of their full-time profession. But there's a bigger issue on service. Over the last decade, some of the nation's largest providers who had domestic call centers with knowledgeable support staff laid those folks off and replaced them with inexperienced high school graduates. Even for an advisor like me, who knows precisely which numbers and options to dial, wait times rose from 5 minutes to as high as 45. And that was my personal experience calling the very retirement provider I was working for. Number 2, selection. As I've mentioned in other videos, these group plans have very shallow investment menus. Between stock funds and bond funds, they average only about 30 choices. Once you no longer need that district plan to receive salary deferrals, it makes sense for many teachers to move to an IRA where you're free to choose from tens of thousands of stocks, bonds, and inexpensive funds that your advisor will help you cherry pick. Number 1, poor performance. Chances are the 30 funds in your district plan may not be the best performing funds available in any given year. A recent survey by S&P Global found that over the last 15 years, less than 8% of large cap mutual funds outperformed the S&P 500 index. That means 92% of fund managers didn't beat the average. Now, when I say an IRA, I'm referring to one managed by an advisor, and not just any advisor, but a fiduciary one. That means they're legally barred from selling IRAs that pay them a huge commission. Instead, they charge a low annual management fee to oversee your account and consult with you several times a year. Fiduciary advisors are required to do what's in your best interest, not their own. So when can you roll over? The IRS has established 2 triggering events, either of which make you eligible to roll over any of these district plans to an IRA. Trigger number 1 is turning age 59 and a half. Trigger number 2 is what they call separating from service. Now that can mean retiring or leaving your current district for any reason. Let me be clear on what this second trigger means. If you're any age and move to a new town and a new school district, you can roll over your old plan to an IRA and at the same time open a new plan with your new district. If you're any age and you left your district for a new career field, you're free to roll over then too. And if you just turned 59 and a half but don't plan on retiring yet, you're free to roll over to an IRA now with lower fees, better service, and more selection before leaving the classroom. In fact, many providers will let you keep your district account open with just a small balance so that your salary deferrals continue to flow in your final years of teaching. Then, on your final day, some June in the future, you'll have all those extra deferrals you can sweep over to your IRA. That's all I have for today. If you still have questions about the rollover process, feel free to tweet me or leave a comment below, and I will see you in my next video.